Hello and welcome to the Abundant Business Podcast. I'm your host, Samuel Chapman. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, make sure you do so that you never miss an episode. I'm here to help you attract more customers, boost your sales, and build confidence in your business decisions. Plus, check out the links below this episode where you can get your hands on free extra resources designed to help you along the way. Now is the perfect time to create irresistible offers that get your products seen and sold. No discounts required. As everyone is setting New Year's resolutions and looking for new ways to improve their lives, this creates an incredible opportunity for you and for your business to truly stand out. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to create an offer that not only captures your customers' attention, but also gets them to take action.
Welcome to the show where we're ready to grow. With Samuel Chapman here to let you know we're diving deep into the world of success. Get ready to learn, cause we're here to impress. From entrepreneurship to the latest trends, we'll explore all the ways to make ends in this fast-paced, ever-changing game. We're gonna set your dreams aflame. The Abundant Business Podcast. It's time to ignite with Samuel Chapman, leading the fight. Get ready to elevate your business game. Join us now. It's time to reclaim.
Now, I want you to think about it, right? January is a time for fresh starts. In fact, you or someone you know has probably already declared that you're going to do something new either this month or for the year. Right now, people are motivated to try new things, to invest in themselves, and commit for change, to making a positive change. No matter what type of product you're trying to sell or where it's from, whether you're selling online, whether you're from a market store, whether you're from a brick and mortar, you can position your offer as the solution that your new perfect customer is looking for. And you can do this using my 7-step Irresistible Offer Framework. This positions your product to be exactly what your perfect customer is looking for without having to slash your prices and start eating into your profit. And here is how it goes. The first step is promise. And here is where you share the outcome that you are promising your product will do for your customer. I want you to think about the way that your product is going to make your customer feel. Be clear, be specific. I want you to really think about this and to go through these steps. I want you to think about your key hero product, okay? So whatever it is that you want to be known for, you want your business to stand for. And then consider how that product makes your customers feel. Why do they come back and buy it from you? How do they want to feel, which is the reason why they're coming to buy it from you? When you understand the feelings that your products are giving to your customers, or the feelings that your customers are looking for from your products, it's then much easier to start implementing this in your product descriptions, on your website, and in your social media, so that it can talk directly to them to make them realize that this is the product for them. So this is all about this promise element, okay? Every product has a promise. You need to be making sure that yours is super, super clear. The next is process. And this is where you want to show these customers now exactly what they have to do in order to get the promise that you're promising them. So do they have to use if it's a moisturizer, how often do they have to use the moisturizer? How much of the product do they have to put onto their fingers, and how do they apply it to their face? You need to really break down the steps. So you need to create step by step as to how your customers use your product, what it is that they can do to get the most out of the product, what it is that they can do to make sure that they have invested into a product that is going to give them the results they're looking for. The worst thing that any small business owner could do is to sell a promise and a customer buy it, but not show them how they can achieve that promise. So this is where you really, really need to make sure that you are delivering in every aspect that your customer needs you to deliver on. The next is price. And this is where you price your product based on the value you are offering. I don't want you to start competing against other small businesses, Amazon, anywhere. Okay? Price your product based on you and what you offer. Now, a really great way of positioning your price or your offer is to anchor it against something that is a bit more expensive that you sell, to encourage your customer to compare this offer that you're putting together against something else that you sell which is more expensive, rather than something cheaper elsewhere. So, for example, you're putting together an offer for your, let's just keep it at the moisturizer. And you can say, right, it's X price. Then you're anchoring it, so you can either get this product at this price, or you have a bigger size which is this price, or you have a more expensive version at this price. And what you want to do here is really direct your customers' eyes to something else and to show this product here as best value as possible. Okay, people naturally want to compare to something cheaper, so we want to draw their eyes upwards instead. I hope that makes sense. Next up, we have the value add. Now, this is where we want to add even more value. And I do not mean throw in more products for free. I don't mean throw in the kitchen sink. What I'm talking about here is to include e-guides that help your customers to use your product more effectively, or show them how they can make the most out of it. You can include samples if you've got samples, or you can have an invite to a workshop, a masterclass, or an event. This is where you really need to think about what matters most to your perfect customers and what value you can add into this offer that you're putting together to make your offer as appealing as you possibly can do. Now, we're moving on to risk reversal. And this is where you want to make sure that the purchase feels like an absolute no-brainer for your potential customer. And this is where you want to start talking about warranties, guarantees, and being upfront about them. So many shop owners tell me that they have a warranty or that they have guarantees attached to certain products, but they're absolutely nowhere to be seen on the product descriptions, on the web pages, in the shop. You can't see any of these things. Now, this is an important element for a customer to know about. So we want to make sure that you're eliminating as much of the risk that they could potentially be seeing themselves having and taking that on yourself. Okay? If you believe in your product, you believe in what you're offering, you need to make sure that you have this risk reversal element up front and out in the open. Next, we have scarcity and urgency. And this is where we want to just turn the dial up a little bit more and create a reason for your potential customer to act now. People don't like to take action now unless there is a very good reason to do so. So we want to start making sure that you're using phrases that show that demand is high for your product. It's in limited supply, or you can include further exclusive bonuses if your product is bought within a certain time frame. It might only be available for a certain time frame. Talk about these things. Remember that when you start talking about limited editions, scarcity elements, you should always be truthful. It should always be ethical. I don't stand for it in any other way. Because if a customer realizes that you've lied to them, then you have lost their trust forever. But I want you to also think about it in this way, in that unless you have got an unlimited supply of the product, well, then it is limited, isn't it? Unless your product can be sold forever and ever and ever and ever without having to make other orders or having to wait for another delivery, well, then it is only available for a certain amount of time. So I want you to consider if you can maybe order smaller amounts of stock in, have it available for a certain amount of time, have limited edition stock. So you can have customers buy into something, feel that they know that it isn't going to be around forever. Okay. And then the last step is all about storytelling. And here is probably one of the most important steps because we love a story, right? We love and are attracted to stories and the way they make us feel and the way other people have been made to feel. And here is where we want to start including testimonials, reviews, case studies, and show how other people have used your product, the results they've been getting from your product, the way it's made them feel. We want customer generated photos to show how other people are using your product in their lives. This is all about showing future customers exactly how your existing customers are thinking, feeling, behaving. And I can promise you that the words that your existing customers are saying about you will always land and be believed more than any words that you will say about yourself. Okay? So, in every opportunity, I encourage you to use reviews, to use testimonials, to use customer generated images. They are literally like gold dust. Okay? So, today's action is to take 10 minutes to brainstorm one offer idea for January and use this 7-step framework to structure it and think about how you can make it relevant to your perfect customer's current goals. And then once you've done it, send it to me on Instagram at Product Coach Sam, because I would love to see the offers that you're creating, the ones that you're putting out into the world. And if I can offer any suggestions, then I am more than happy to do so as well. Thank you for tuning in today. And if you have loved today's episode, please share the podcast on your Instagram stories and tag me in it. I'm on a mission this year to help as many small business owners as possible to achieve their biggest and brightest year in business. And the only way I can do that is if you share this podcast with anyone who you think will benefit. Don't forget to claim your free resources underneath this video, and I'll see you next time on the Abundant Business Podcast.